Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone today? Welcome to a new Deadly update. I'm Icepack. I will be your host for the day. And how's everyone going? Thank you for being here for a new Deadly update about our awesome game, Stay Dead, where zombies are the good guys. Hey, Feitosa, hey, team, what's up for today? Today, we're gonna talk about how we're building a community. That's the title of the streaming. So we're gonna be talking about that a little bit. We're gonna have two amazing guests. I don't know if I should call them guests because they are gonna be doing most of the talking. Yeah, I'm just hosting this. So first first in the agenda. Well, welcome everyone. Definitely welcome everyone. And previous session we have been focusing mostly on how is the game getting made, right? Like how's the art, how are the developers actually building the game, how's the art team going, how do they come up with all these ideas, and you know how they model all everything. We talked a lot about 3D modeling, and that was an awesome one. But today we are gonna talk about what's like to talk about a game, to tell everyone about a game that's changing all the time because it's still in development. So that's something. Also, we are also having an after party for the first time ever. First time ever, we're gonna have an after party after this at the Discord so we can watch the devlog together. So please join us afterwards for the after party. If you're already on the Discord, then you know exactly where it's gonna be. It's gonna be on the stage. If you have not joined the Discord, please do so. Yeah, we would love to have you there. We have an amazing community where we talk about zombies, stay dead, video games, and everything that comes to our minds. So, yes, please join us. You can see the little QR code over there. That's where you can join us at the Discord. That's my cat. That's Komi. She will not stop meowing when I speak. So if you listen to her, she's a cat. So yeah, join us at the after party. We will have a good time. It will be awesome. We will watch the devlog together, the new devlog that I edited and the team made. It was an amazing team effort, and we'll have a special guest, Nico, that he hasn't spoken yet, but I think he's over there. Um, who is the new voice of our devlogs? Uh, I hope he's around because we love him. So, how is Stay Dead right now? Stay Dead is still being built. Stay Dead is still in development, very much in active development. We're still, well, not me personally, but the team is definitely still working on it very hard. We are polishing the game. Last month, we saw a little bit about the demo. They are polishing the demo. Um, it's going amazing. It's they are really getting into it, polishing it so that people can watch it and go wow. So it's they are doing a great job. They are also going to different shows to show the game, to play test the game. And so don't worry about Stay Dead. It's still in very much active development, even if you we do not have the developers here right now. So now let's talk about Stay Dead and how we have been building the community and how easy to speak and market a game that definitely wants it still, that has changed so much, that has changed a lot in this month. Well, years already. Yeah, years, because our first GDC was in 2024 and we're in 2026. So yeah, it's been years. And what kind of challenges does it come from, and how has the game changed through the years? So for our first amazing guest, first I'm gonna you already know a lot of these people because they are amazing and they have been here before. But Andrea Rubio is our marketing lead. She will be here around. Carla Valdez is our lead writer. I will be introducing her in a moment. And I am Jimena Morelos, who is also IcePack, who you know me by many names. I'm also a community I'm also in the community, in the Stay Dead community. You can see me over there hanging out a lot. So, say hi if you stop by the Discord. And let's go with Carlita. Carlita, our lead writer, please come up on stage.
Hi, Icepack. Hi, Minna. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Carlita, thank you for being here. Thank you for agreeing to talk about this,
Of
because I
course.
this is very, very close to your heart, right? Like, you are the co-creator of the IP of Stay Dead, right?
Hmm.
How was that? How does that?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there since like day one, and I think I'd really love to give some context as to how like Stay Dead kind of even happened, how it came to
Mm,
be. It actually came out of this like really fun team exercise that we were doing at the studio back in the very early months of 2023. And we were just trying to come up with original IP ideas within the studio, specifically for mobile games. So it was just kind of like a in-house exercise. And what we did was we created this wheel like online, and we filled the wheel with like different themes, genres, concepts, and we'd spin it and see what kind of combinations we got. And then from there, we would
mhm,
try to figure out if we can like make a game out of it. So it was all very random. And if I remember correctly, I think for Stay Dead, we landed on fantasy as the theme, zombies as the wild card, and battle royale as like the game type. So there were actually
mhm.
no robots, no cure bots. That kind of came later as we were kind of developing what the game could be. But yeah, I originally thought that this was going to be a super simple mobile game. Like very like battle royale, last zombies standing kind of thing. And this was again our first ever studio game that we were kind of pitching and developing. And when I was looking back for this talk at our earliest briefs, yeah, that's basically what it was. It was just multiple zombie families competing in an arena and trying to avoid like these cure bombs, and also trying to sabotage each other, like push each other off
Oh,
of like
wow.
the arena. Yeah, so it was very, very different. And your family members were essentially like your life points. So like the last zombie family standing would win. But then
Mhm,
somewhere, I think developing that idea, the premise started to become much more interesting than like the actual battle royale itself. Because we had like these zombies being cured back to humans. We had family members trying to bite each other to turn them back into zombies. And we just kind of realized like there's this kind of funny inversion at the center of everything where being human was like the thing that you were trying to avoid. So I think
mhm,
that's really where Stay Dead, like the idea of Stay Dead, we know today started to take shape. So there were some little kernels of what we have now at the game.
mhm.
Yeah.
Well, the family, the zombies getting cured.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was.
right from the beginning, we wanted like a family of zombies kind of in like a snake-like formation getting cured. So that's one of the very
Mhm.
original concepts of the game.
All right. And were there already characters then? Stu,
No, I
Bram.
think no, that kind of so that kind of changes like the like looking back at the original like brief. I think we started developing what would become the Roddingtons, because what we originally wanted were like, okay, everyone, at this point we thought it was going to be like a multiplayer game, and um what we really wanted was multiple players would each control their own zombie family of five. So it was going to be two parents, two kids, and a pet. So that was kind of like the
Mhm,
original. So then I was tasked with coming up with the first family, like naming them, kind of giving them a little bit of personality, like what would they look like, what kind of pet are they going to have. And that's where I really started to develop what would become the Roddingtons. And once we landed on that family of five, we sent it over to the art department to start kind of the first initial concepts. And I think everyone really got excited in the team
mhm,
when the art department came back with the first kind of sketches. And we were just, I mean, we're an animation studio first, right? So as soon as we started to see these characters, I think things just kind of started to snowball. And we weren't even just thinking about game pieces anymore. We were asking like, okay, like who is this family? Like where do they live? Who are
mhm,
their neighbors? Like what is this? We really wanted to build kind of like a community around it. And that's kind of how it started to snowball. And it kind of became pretty clear at this point that Stay Dead was going to be a little bit more ambitious than
mhm,
a little mobile battle royale game that we
mhm,
started with. So I really I don't recall when we made this decision, but we dropped the battle royale structure and the competing zombie families, and we just decided to focus on this one family, the Roddingtons, and building like a whole world around them, and that's basically been the pattern ever since.
Okay, amazing. So
Hmm.
this family, because the game has changed so much, right? Like
Yeah.
from the first iteration where it was as a battle royale, then we went through a few months where it was a roguelike, and now it's mostly, puzzle adventure game. So
Yes.
it's been changing a lot, right?
I mean,
So
yeah, it's changed as like the game developers have,
of course,
kind of sharpened their skills, and like I said before, this is our first ever game, so we've just kind of been going with the flow.
yeah, it's only natural, like when you realize, like, oh, I think this is gonna be more fun, or this is gonna be better. So obviously there's gonna be a lot of change. But how's that a change with the lore, like with the story from your side of things, like how these changes in gameplay have also changed the story?
I feel like, the lore from the very beginning, I think we've always kind of kept the core of the game and the lore, which is, this zombie community, and you're just trying to protect your little zombie life. I think we had a lot of different elements, especially like, in our first GDC, our second, even from the beginning, we've changed a few things, but I think the heart of it is the one thing that just refuses to go away is like our zombies absolutely do not want to be human. They
Hmm.
love being zombies, and their bite is their superpower. The other pieces around, like the lore and everything, like we've written so much lore that ultimately hasn't made it into the game, or things change. But I don't know, I still think as the game develops, we're gonna keep it pretty consistent. But yeah, it's
Hmm.
always been the same kind of principle and core, which is, you're a zombie fam, you love being
Yeah.
zombie.
Yeah, of course, like the core of it, that it's the family, that it's staying a zombie, like it's rebelling against humanity in a way. I think that
Mhm.
that has not changed at all, even if the game itself has changed.
Exactly. And like even the characters and like the NPCs, we started like, creating NPCs, and then those NPCs just naturally we gave them like a personality. Like I remember the directors were like, we need some NPCs, and I'd pitch, oh, let's get a zombie who's like a DJ and he really loves music, and that's how DJ Ziggy came to be. And like,
Easy.
and we got like I think one of them was Randy, who was like this like fixer upper kind of guy, and he's right
Mhm.
now he's not in the game, but I'm hoping maybe to see him in when we,
Yeah,
as
I'm
we
sure
develop the
he's
game. But like
great.
little things like that, where we developed a ton of NPCs, but like we don't need them right now, we're kind of developing other mechanics and stuff. But yeah,
I'm
they've
sure
been
they'll
there since
show
day
up.
one.
Like
I
they're
hope so.
so cool.
Yeah.
They have to show up at some point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very fond of the father-in-law because he's so mean.
Yes,
Like
yeah, Dr. Noodle Brain. Yeah, it's just
yes.
been fun. Like the lore from the beginning, I'm like, this is such a fun experience to just like come up with
Mhm.
these crazy zombies, and like kind of play with the fact that they're dead, right? Like so we can play with the fact that Dr. Noodle Brain has like two little worms coming out of his brain, and they talk to him and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of fun things to
Yeah.
develop. Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be great in the end, like when we have everything nailed down, it's gonna be amazing.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, yeah, let's talk about now our first public demo. This is where Andrea comes from. Andrea, our marketing director. She's been amazing. She's been working so hard on letting people know about Stay Dead, even though Stay Dead keeps changing, like
A lot.
like
Yeah.
morphing, morphing a lot. But we still love to talk about Stay Dead. So, Andrea, how's it going?
Hi.
Hi, hi.
Nice seeing you again. Yeah, it's been a long time. Now that you were talking about the years, I was like, wow, it feels like it went by so
Yeah,
quickly.
it feels
It's
like
been three
yesterday. It's
years.
been like
Yeah.
a lot.
It feels
Yeah.
like 10 years sometimes. It feels because
Oh
a
my god.
lot has happened. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes.
a
Yes.
lot has happened. For starters, you came into Stay Dead first on your first public demo, right? Like that's
Yeah.
where they called you, like, we need marketing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Originally, I was working with the studio when I came in, and it was just for the animation part of the studio. So I was working more on like film festivals and bringing the great short films that they've made in out in the world. And then all of a sudden it was like, hey, but we're building a game, so now we want to test this and see how this works. But I think for me the challenge there was that I was already used to like the flow of work of film festivals and this animation world, and then now learning how to bring that into gaming was quite a challenge.
Mm.
I remember even watching like a lot of videos. I remember watching GDC videos actually, like nonstop to see what are people doing, what's working, and doing a lot of research with Carla, with uh, Paco, David, like the team, everyone. We were just like bringing in ideas. We would go into like very long meetings, and then we decided, okay, let's start building marketing. Um, and we started with a website, and we didn't have a Steam page for the first round because we actually wanted to show ourselves like, is this actually going to be something that's going to bring interest, right? And so we signed out for our very first showcase. As you can see, it was actually a mobile game, like Carlita was saying.
Mhm.
So we tested it as a mobile game in an event here in Vancouver by Quiver Games. Um, and at the end, there was like this voting for all the showcase, which was your favorite game, and we won like the best game overall. So we're like, okay, maybe there's something here.
Yeah, yeah. It's
And so
exciting when other people
Mhm.
are exciting about your stuff. Yeah.
yeah, it's so exciting. And it really, I remember, like, I don't know if you remember, Carla, but like,
Mhm.
literally, it felt for us like such a big win because this is our first game. So,
Yeah,
like, afterwards, we even went to have dinner together and celebrate.
yeah. I do remember that it just felt very validating because, we didn't even know anything about the indie game industry really. So we felt very proud that it landed so well, just even locally here in
Mhm,
town.
Yeah, of course.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
that was on Vancouver in Quiver Games, you say? Like
yeah,
it's
That's right.
an indie
Yeah.
showcase, right?
yeah,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then you went to GDC. That's this is the pictures from,
these
right?
are the pictures. Yes, these are the pictures from GDC 2024.
Mm.
And it was a fun, crazy experience. It's definitely wild going to GDC and be and a presenter, like being in the booth.
Mhm.
It's very demanding, but
It is.
yes, like I remember running from one place to another just to get things, get everything set up. It
Yeah.
requires so much preparation. So
It
I
Yeah,
was
and a
very
lot of
overwhelming.
stamina, right? Like it
Yeah.
requires a lot of stamina because it's very long days on your feet and meeting
Mhm.
a lot of people, which is, I mean, I'm an introvert, so everything is exhausting. Like meeting people is exhausting. So even though I really like it, it's still exhausting. So I cannot imagine what it's like being in the booth all day.
Oh, and having to speak with like real gamers, like people who know game, and we were just kind of
Yeah.
like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, yeah, it kind of felt a little bit like, are we out of our element? But it was a great learning experience for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now that you mentioned that, like I remember something really cool that I had never been in an industry that's so inviting. Like people are
Mm.
extremely friendly with each other. They
Mhm.
like you can feel how we all want to help each other in a way, and it's not like, oh, you do your own thing. It's no,
Exactly.
everyone, even though we were the newbies, everyone was extremely welcoming to us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. That's
Yeah,
very
I
nice of them.
love gamers. Thank you.
Oh, that's so
So
sweet.
yeah.
How do you think GDC changed how you saw the game?
Oh wow, it changed a lot. Like
Hmm.
I think this was the very first place where we like our intention, to be honest, was just figuring out if the concept actually brought interest from a large audience, and we knew like thousands of people were going to be there. So if they had negative feedback, we were even
Yeah.
opening conversations with them, like if there is something that you think is really not working, we would love to know, because that's
Mm-hmm.
how you can either decide to stop a project, change the complete perspective on it, or keep moving forward, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that was it. And yeah, the response was great, as you can see in the
Mhm.
pictures.
Yeah, people, I think it was just so validating to see how, I mean, people initially were gravitating to our booth because of like our art, which, shout out to Freddie, the whole art department, because they took like the characters that existed as words and ideas and created this what we have today. And I think what surprised me a lot about GDC was how some people responded to just like the silly little things that like I had written into the world. Like I remember
Mm.
people laughing a lot about, there was a level called, it was a hardware store, like the level was within a hardware store, and we named it Home Repo. And as people were playing, they'd be like, oh, that's so funny. I don't know, I just remember it was so small, but I'm like, yes, like all these little
Yeah.
puns that I'd like written in, like they were really landing. Like people are very good at finding all these tiny little things. And yeah, it just felt really rewarding, I guess, that like, yeah, that everyone seemed, the reception was really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone looks so happy.
Mhm.
So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was still the mobile game.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Still.
at that point, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Just so that we can place people in the timeline. That I know state that it has changed a lot, so that you can know. Uh, but let's go to the next thing. Okay, but who is this actually for? I think this is a very important question from a marketing perspective, from a game development perspective.
Hmm.
Like if you guys are trying to make your own game, this is something you want to ask yourselves, right? Like this is a very important question. So let's see, no, like Stay Dead is let's break it down. Stay Dead is a game about a zombie family that has cartoon characters, that has very
Yeah.
bright visuals, a very goofy vibe.
Yeah.
So I think it's very easy for people to think that just because it's cartoonish, it has a family, it's made for children.
Yeah.
But that's not really the case. How did you reach this conclusion? Like we are making this thing that it's super bright, super
Hmm.
colorful, but it's not for children. How did we arrive at this?
Yeah. I mean, one of the biggest pieces of feedback actually that I remember a lot was, people kept coming up to us and being like, oh, like my kids would love this. Like my kids would love playing this. And, that's obviously not a bad reaction, but we also kind of just started to realize like if Stay Dead was perceived as strictly like a children's game or media, it could limit where the narrative, like where we could take the narrative. And honestly, selfishly as the writer, it would also limit one of my favorite things to write, which is like I really love infusing humor that's like off kilter and a little tongue in cheek and a little naughty. And the funny thing was, when afterwards, like when I really started looking at what we were actually writing about, like there's some pretty mature ideas and themes underneath all this colorful art. I mean, like we're talking about, we have this group of outsiders, like the zombie community, being told that the way they exist is wrong and that they need to conform. We're obviously dealing with death and what it means to be dead. So we had a lot of very interesting conversations after our first GDC, like around things from like the zombies biting humans and the consent involved in turning someone into a zombie, and even the cure mechanic at one point raised some questions for us, because a newly cured zombie who just turned into a human, at that point the animation that we had, like they were running away from their zombie family, like they looked terrified. So it became kind of this thing of like,
Mm.
what does that imply and how do we want that relationship to feel between like the freshly turned zombie human, you know what I mean? So there was just a lot of conversations also developing like the antagonist care that we know now. It opened a lot of doors into the satire world around big health corporations and deciding what's best for people. So there was actually a lot going on underneath, something that visually people were starting to read as a kids game. So we kind of had a lot of discussions, and a big reference that I would like bring up to the team was the show Bob's Burgers. I don't know if you guys are, I hope you guys are familiar, because I love the whole universe. It's a great reference because it's a cartoon that's like about a family, and you can absolutely watch it as a family, but it doesn't write down to its audience, which means the humor is very weird, irreverent, surprisingly adult. Like you have characters who are children who are talking about very complicated ideas. And so that kind of helped me realize that like we didn't need to abandon the colorful characters, the goofy world, or the family centered at Stay Dead. Like we could still keep those elements, but we could mature the writing, the IP, and the lore in the world around them instead. So one of the biggest things I wanted to introduce was a little bit more agency for the zombies themselves. Like I didn't want them to just feel like helpless victims waiting to be saved by the rotting tins, for example, or by each other. I really wanted them to feel like these very intelligent creatures who have built an entire community together. And if somebody suddenly showed up and told them, hey, you need to become human, I would feel like surely some of them are going to be pissed about it. Like they're going to have, actual, in a weird way, human feelings about it. So that's kind of how we started, thinking about like their own grassroots movements. Like what would their resistance kind of look like? And I think that's how we started developing the Get Bit movement.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right there. It was amazing seeing it come to life. Like you say, like it's something you have an idea and then you send it to the team and they
Yeah,
make it happen. Like
they
it's
just blow
amazing.
you
It's
away.
like
Yeah,
Yeah.
magic.
They
no,
bring
really.
like more than we expected. Like they always blow us away. And
Yeah, and they were
honestly,
so on
like,
board too. Like
yeah, that was great. Like that's a great thing. Like collaboration is one of the best things that you can have right in a studio when you're developing something like this, because it's bold to then think, okay, we want to mature this a little bit.
Yeah,
Because if you think about it, if you had like in mind a target that's younger, of course the visuals are gonna try to be attractive to that childish vibe. But once you try to mature a little bit, but you
yeah,
you think, okay, the target changes, then the visuals, the brand, everything has to evolve with it.
exactly.
So it was a big challenge. I think these for these we had Freddie and Catan collaborating on making these visuals a little bit more mature, and you can see
Yeah,
bright colors are still there, but they have some like
there's a
shade.
moodiness. Yeah.
Exactly.
mhm.
It's
Yeah.
sunset, like the colors are a little bit more,
Mhm.
punky, and like, the graffiti, and like I really think they elevated so much what we were trying to put into words, right? So
Yeah, yeah, it was fun, and something that I really loved was the Get Bit logo, that
yeah.
little sticker in the middle. I love that because we were focusing on how important like that bite was. That it was not just like, oh, I got bit by a zombie, but that turned into the main point of us evolving the brand. And
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because how do you turn into a zombie? By getting
Mhm.
bitten,
By
right?
getting
But
bit.
Yeah,
in this world, this is not a mark of shame like in other
Exactly.
zombie properties. Like this is what you want. Like this is a mark of pride actually. Like getting
Exactly.
bit is who makes me who I am. So yeah, that's fun.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
actually I was thinking like I would love a T-shirt with that logo.
I know, it's true. We need to make
Yeah.
some good merch with this
Yeah,
stuff because yeah, it's really punk. I love it.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And also, well, we did the propaganda blasts that were so much fun. They were so beautiful. Last year, so that other people could get to know like how Stay Dead was evolving, like conceptually. And if you
Yeah.
haven't seen these, you should. They are amazing.
We're going to.
Yeah. This was
Yeah.
this was like the biggest piece I think of like content that we pushed out. I think it
Mhm.
was last year or
I think, yeah,
2024.
it was last year,
It was
definitely
last year,
last
yeah.
year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it basically tells the story of how Care is oppressing
Yeah. Yeah,
Porto Morto
exactly.
and these zombies that don't want to be human, but and I really love this because it actually means that this other corporation was oppressing you into thinking that their way of life was the only way of life to live, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And our zombies were like, you know what? No, I like the way I live. I like this place, and we are all here creating our own community. Like, why are you here? Why
Yeah.
are you doing this?
Well, and I will say, Jimena, it's also like we also are kind of trying to like rehab people's conception of zombies because if you think about like the million versions of zombies that we've seen in movies, in games, and like all media, it's basically the same thing. It's usually like humans afraid of zombies and zombies are the bad guys. So we really also had to show that actually no, like humans are the bad, like humans can be the bad guys here. So
Yeah, for sure.
we were really with this propaganda video, the Get Bit. We really wanted to show like the nefariousness of care, and like, you know, we really also wanted to kind of yeah, give people something to root for and understand why it's a good thing to be a zombie, because at the end of the day we want people to want to root for the zombies, want to be a zombie. Like we really want to, yeah, like have a new holistic take on zombies, as Nico famously coined. It was like a reverse zombie apocalypse. So yeah, that's kind of what the
Yeah,
video
for
is
sure.
trying to do. Hmm.
How about we take a look at it
Hmm.
just to have a reminder of how it
Let's do it.
was.
Yes,
Let's
yes,
do
let's do it.
Monster, calm down, because a
I
janitor
think we had a
gets
little
on
issue
business.
with the
We're
audio.
having a technical issue with the audio.
Oh
Like
no.
you could, this is how you know it's live. Remember this.
This is
This is the
there's always
proof.
something.
Yeah,
Was it
there's
just
always
us,
something.
or was it? Can anyone on YouTube hear, or was it
I
just like on
think no
our
one
end?
could hear it, right?
Okay.
Did you
Mm.
guys have sounds? I think they didn't. I couldn't hear it.
They didn't
I
have the
could see
sound.
it very well though.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
good. At
we
least
could
we could
drop the
see
link too.
we can always drop the link. Let us know if you could hear it. I think we had an issue. Yeah, cannot listen to it. Okay. Thank you for letting us know. We'll definitely drop the link as well. Just so we
Yeah.
don't we don't we don't stop the live. We can keep on going.
Yeah, yeah. Let's not let the technical issue get in
Sorry,
the
guys.
way. But you should watch it. Like maybe we can watch it later at the after party. Remember,
Yeah, that's a
we'll
great
have an
idea.
after party, so we can watch both things. It's gonna be fun. So as we said, Stay Dead is still evolving. It has been evolving since the day it was born. So its identity is still evolving. So we want to ask you, the community, like what would make Dead still Stay Dead feel more appealing to young adults
Mm.
without losing the playful, weird personality it already has. Like, um, I know most of you are young adults because I know a lot of you. So, what would make it feel more appealing? Like, what could make it feel like something you could watch? Um, Personally, I
Hmm.
think a little bit of darkness behind the colorfulness is very fun,
Yes.
Hmm.
and makes all rewatches always more fun than what would be
Yeah.
a good example of this? Maybe Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls, I mean, it's a children's property, but it has, certain darkness to it
There. Yeah, I
that I really
agree.
love.
It's a great show.
And it's a great show. I really love it, actually. Huge
Mhm.
fan.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, which else? Well, I don't know. Adventure Time. Um, Once you know the backstory of the Ice King, it's like, this is not
Yeah.
right, man.
Yeah.
There's something really dark there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Mhm.
gets really dark.
We also, I
Um,
remember even like at the beginning, from game references, we had Cult of the Lamb,
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
which is like really cute and cartoony, but like it has its darkness for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And the contrast makes it even better, right? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, I'm sacrificing these animals. And
I
they are
think
so
I
cute.
remember also hashtag blood was something that we were also kind of referencing too, because it was very
Mm,
cutesy, but it was also like dark vampire. There was like a lot of like gore. So
Mhm.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just playing with the trying to balance that out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nagisa also says Star versus the forces
Mm,
of evil.
yes.
Yeah, it gets darker as it goes on,
Mhm.
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
So, if you guys think there's anything that stood out for you in the game that you said, okay, maybe this is something that I'm attracted to, we'd love to know. We'd love to know what brought you to the community.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get a
Well,
little
I
bit.
have I have also a question. Like it just came to me. Like, what do you think about blood in Stay Dead? Because there's no blood in Stay Dead. There's mostly
No.
gooey green stuff, but no blood at
Yeah,
all.
there's no humans that right now, anyways, that the zombies are interacting with because we just introduced the robot element. So I think
Mm,
our version of blood is the green goo. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. We would have to like pitch that with the directors as well, and kind of see if we do introduce more like human zombie interactions. But then again, it's like, if that's what people want to see, then we're more than
mm,
happy to kind of maybe take that direction. But then it also comes to like, the zombies just want to live in peace. They don't really necessarily want to,
yeah.
like they don't want to like turn people or make them conform to zombies. They just want to be left
Mm,
alone. So it,
Mhm.
it would have to kind of not challenge that kind of source of truth. But I mean, you know what? We're still developing the game, and I'm happy to hear
mhm,
any ideas. Like
yeah.
we're very eager to hear any kind of ideas. And
Yeah.
um, somebody said, yeah, Billy and Mandy, great reference. I definitely remember watching Billy and Mandy, and they also had some like very naughty reference, like humor. Like I remember my parents were like, should you be watching this? Also, Tales of the Crypt Creeper, like that's an OG. That's an
Yeah,
OG
yeah.
TV show. Shout out to the
Yeah.
person who said that. I definitely remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think blood would probably change the vibe too much.
I think it falls
No?
into like the basic zombie tropes, and that's something that we kind of
Mhm.
want to like. Yes, we want to like critique and have a satire of the zombie tropes, but we don't really want to fall into the same
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that we've seen since the beginning of zombie lore.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like I tried to imagine like Stu covered in blood, and it was not nice. It was not okay.
No.
Yeah.
Like, no,
No,
I
don't
don't
do my
think
voice,
so.
Stu, like
No.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it was like no.
He's too pure.
and like reading from the comments, I think that people agree with us. Like
Yeah.
blood maybe
Mm,
does not fit here and is not necessary to make it a little bit more mature. So
No, and it's
true.
kind of like
True.
yeah, it's like been there, done that. Come up with maybe like
Agree.
robot blood. Like maybe we can do something with like, when I don't know, when we destroy a robot, like what is I
Like
think we I don't want to
a
do any
parody of
spoilers.
gore with
Yeah.
electronics or
I
something like
think
that.
one of the game devs was at one point developing like, if you bite into the robot, maybe there's a robot brain or something, right? Because we really didn't want to like fall into the trope of like, oh, let's make the zombies eat the brains, because that's just like we've seen that, right? But maybe we could
Mm,
play around with like robot anatomy and see if there's something there that we can kind of play with.
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That sounds fun. Destroying robots is fun.
We'll keep on exploring. So
Yes,
if you have any ideas, join our Discord again.
absolutely.
Send it to us. We love hearing from you.
Tag us, and we're more than happy to start dialogue, and just we
Mhm.
love any ideas, honestly. Like we're pretty
Mhm.
open to it.
For
Yes.
sure. Yeah.
And we're still evolving. So
Hmm.
we'll keep on changing. We've even explored like new logo details, a new way of presenting that. We're on in the works on that. So anything that we can get as contribution, we're happy to hear.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. And if you have any questions, this is a good moment
Mm.
to ask them. You have our full attention. And remember that in about 5 minutes, we're gonna go to the after party. And in the after party, we'll be watching the new devlog. You will be the first to see it.
Yes.
And yeah, yeah, it will be fun. And we'll also watch, the propaganda blast that we couldn't watch right now. I think
Hmm.
that's a good
Yeah, we
idea
should.
because it's so good.
Mhm.
It's so
And
good.
I don't know, do you have any questions? Anything you want to ask the developers, even though they are not here? We can
We
talk to
can
them.
bring them. Yeah.
Yes.
We can
We
send
can
them.
ask them exactly. So, any questions for us, for the art team, for the devs, we are more than welcome. You're more than welcome to ask.
Ask.
Mm,
This is the moment.
And well, thank you everyone for being here. You're so nice. We love you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. It's so nice to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here, for listening to us, for being, always there for Stay Dead, and seeing how it's evolving, how it's changing. I
Hmm.
think the final product, you will love it. Uh, it's still a little ways to go. I don't want to, I want to manage your expectations.
Yeah.
We're still working on it, but
This is,
thanks so
yeah.
much.
We always say
Mhm.
like that developing this game is like our game school. Like we're literally learning as we're going. So
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that comes a lot of iterations. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. And if you're shy right now, come to our Discord and we're always available. Tag us. We're very approachable and we're just happy to have you guys along for the ride.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna leave you here, but we're gonna see you at the Discord. I think you can see the QR code. You can follow that. If you are already on the Discord, we'll be on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And if you aren't in the Discord, this is your opportunity. Join us.
Totally.
Join us.
Join the rebellion.
Join the rebellion. That's true. Be part of the zombie family.
Yes. Well, thank you
Uh,
guys.
uh, Andy has a question. I'm sorry, we
Oh,
were leaving, but no, let's answer
no.
this. Maybe Andy says, maybe I didn't hear it, but with all the changes and evolution of the game, do you have a date for launch or approximate? Not yet.
That's the million
We're
dollar
gonna
question,
be,
buddy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna
When
be
we
very
know,
truthful.
we'll let you know. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, it's still, we don't have a launch date, a fixed launch date. We are still working on the game. As I said, it's still evolving, it's still changing. So
Hmm. Hmm.
no date yet. But if you're on the Discord, you will be the first to know.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. And you will be the first to play test as well. We sometimes drop some links, some keys, and
Hmm.
you can check out how we're doing so far.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
you could be one of the first to play. Think about it.
You are cool.
All right, see you guys in a little bit over at the Discord. Thank
See
you
you.
for joining us over here.
Thanks,
Thank you. Thank
guys.
you, Carlita.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
weekend, everybody.
Thank,
Thank
thank you
you, Ice
guys.
Pack. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. See you.
See you.